Now we got to the hardest part of the whole course. You have the character, it is animatable, it's full with bones, it can move around. Now if you are making a character which has 2 legs and walking around, then it's a must that you understand and create a walk cycle. A walk cycle is a simple few frame animation which is trying to imitate the walk of a character. If you remember, in the previous lesson I was showing you reference videos. Those are great, they can help you, but you still have to understand it. I read it somewhere that even if you are a seasoned animator, which we are not, even if you are a seasoned animator, you have to understand and draw a proper walk cycle yourself. And for beginners, it is a must. If you can do that properly, you can do everything. I think the reason is because it's so natural and we are so used to it that people are walking around that we can see mistakes straight on and people would see it straight on. To understand the walk cycle, you have to understand only that what are the keyframes of a good walk. Let's create a new animation and let's call it walk. So it's starting from point 0 and with my normal stance. Ctrl B to see the bones. Okay, I zoom in so I see what I do. Now a walk cycle has 4 important keyframes. First one is when the character's leg is making contact to the floor the first time. It's great that we have this line here, this horizontal line, because we can use it as floor. When I first positioned my character, I positioned it to that. So the first one is called contact, when the leg is reaching the floor. How it looks like, I just lift the arm up now so we see the leg. Later on, obviously, I'm gonna also animate the arm that it goes with the movement. Alright. So contact is when the leg is just reaching the floor. Take care that the auto keying is still on. You see, I already have some keys set because I'm moving the bones here. And the front leg is straight. Rear leg is bent. Okay, now because during the contact the front leg is going forward, it's called contact position because this is where you are going forward, this is where the character moves. Now in an animation, in a walk cycle, if you check the references, it seems that the character is walking in one place. Why is that? Because you will move it in your game, you will add the speed to it in your game. When the player is pushing the right button, the character will move with 4 spaces in the right direction. But here in the animation it has to walk in one place. That's why it's so heavy to understand, because there is no forward movement. But I move the legs and now we see that it's not on the line as it was previously standing on the line. And this is happening because your head is bouncing up and down when you are walking. So what we do now, we get the root bone and use it to position our character. And yes, he is contacting the floor. This was keyframe 1. I move 2. The second one is when he is totally down to the ground and his front leg now is going up. This is called the down position. So the first one was the contact. This is called the down position. This is when only one of your leg is on the ground and the other one is in the air. So all your body weight is on your first leg. You see, this is higher than this one. Now again, and now you see why it is called the down position. Again, I have to reposition it. I select the root bone. Perfect, reposition it. So what is happening now is that from here he is going to here. Nice. Step again, 2 steps. The next one is the passing. Now this is, I think, where I usually make the big mistakes. I don't understand it a lot of times. I have to always think and watch myself in the mirror or watch references, but it's fine. This is where the two legs are seemingly crossing because, yeah, one is going in front of the other. What is happening that this leg the rear leg starts from the contact position is where the leg is the front. Yeah, that's the furthest it can go. Then it starts to bend, and here it starts to go totally backwards and straightens up. All the body weight is on this leg and the body moves forwards because of this leg. And that's great. Okay, so now this leg is going backwards. I just remove the backhand bone. Okay, yes, much nicer. Alright. I didn't remove it, I just made it invisible just for now. So this leg goes straight under the character. And these legs, the foot part is straightening up. So it is holding all the body weight. What is the other leg doing in the meantime is that it was already, this is the as far as it can go back, and it's already coming back to the front, but it's not a big kick. We are moving only the knee, so this one is bending, this one is bending in. What we have so far, tuck, 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 nice. Now he stayed down, so you know already what is happening and what is coming. We are going for the root bone and move it up, not rotate it, select, get the selection tool and move it up. This line is so much helping. So let's see what we have so far. Okay, it's so fast we cannot see it, but we will pull it aside and we're gonna see it properly. If I put the speed down, I can see maybe. You see a nice step is starting. Now I see a mistake which I didn't see before. Is that this one is not in position. This image is not in position because I see a break. What I do here is on each frame I just reset it. I just work on this a bit. So I go to the selection. Okay, same here. I have to arrange this bone again so it has the contact. Alright, let's see now. I put the speed down just for testing, don't forget it, as I did before, don't forget it. So now we add another keyframe, and this is called the peak or the up position. You remember we had a contact position when the legs are totally open. We have a down position when the character is down totally on one leg and that leg is bent. And then that leg starts to shoot up, and then there is an even higher position, which is the peak, which is the highest it can get. The forward leg is already going towards the new contact position of the forward leg. We will do these 4 frames again, and from 8 frames we're gonna have a fluent animation for walk. I bend it a bit in the previous frame. Okay, now here, as this is the peak position, I make it the straightest, and as it is a peak I move the character up a bit. We check it now. Nice, it's bouncing nicely. Maybe I made it too high. Alright. It's down, upper, pretty much up. Okay, I just want to make it perfect. The effect you want to have is that the leg supporting the body weight from the contact position to going backwards, it's seemingly sliding on the floor. It's not sliding, it's going under the body as the body is moving over the feet. But it seems that it's sliding backwards, okay? And the front leg starts to come up and extend. And I think it can also move a bit. Okay. Now I have 4 frames. Let's see how it looks. Now what I'm gonna do, I do the same again, but with different legs. I move 2 frames and I make this time a contact position, but with the rear leg. And with the front leg. Because my character is special with very low, short legs, I can play a bit and hide this edge of the feet. That's why I am moving it around. And this is the straight leg this time. From the peak, we are coming down. So the whole character again, thanks to the root bone, is walking, getting a bit downer. So it has contact. You can check this if you now only take care about the how high is the head of the character. You see, it has a nice bounce. So that's my contact now. And now I switch. I go again to the down position. I make a new frame. And here, this leg will bend and this leg will hold all the weight of the character. This comes up. This comes down. This comes up as this one is in the air totally. And yes, you know what is coming. Position the character down a bit. Alright. We have this now, next frame. In the next frame, after the down, it's coming the passing position. So, I'm gonna move this leg. Almost straight. But you see, you can see the edge again. So what I do now, I reposition this bone again. If you have a different character, you might don't have to do this, but I want to hide these edges of the leg. Also on this previous frame, I think I made the mistake of not hiding the edge. Yeah. Okay, fine. So now he is like this, and the rear leg is coming closer to the front. This is where they are passing. This is why it is the passing position. Nice. It's coming to the front, and this is bending in. As it is bending in, I move it a bit so this edge not gonna be visible. It's a small thing, but I want to have a good animation. And I add another frame, and now it will be the peak. After the peak, it will go into the contact again. So the peak is when it's the highest. This leg is already going down a bit and shooting for the contact position, coming forward, not contact yet but almost, and this leg is the straightest it can be. And it's propelling the character up. Now what I didn't do in the previous frame, here it's fine, here I didn't do it, as this is the passing. Where is my rude? Here you are. And it's up, and on this frame it's up too. You can even move this one a bit more. Okay, let's see what we have so far. You see a little jump here, and why it is? Because this frame is missing. So I copy it here, but because of that I don't have to export the last frame of the animation. It will be perfect now. Let's see it in the real speed. But I also see a mistake here, is that the back leg here, the back leg should be more behind the character. So what I do here, I hide the back leg a bit more. Is my draw order correct? Front leg, front foot, torso. Yes, the back leg is behind the torso, so I'm fine. Let's see it on here. Same thing again, has to be a bit more behind. I think it's the same everywhere. Okay, here it's not much visible either. No, fine. Can be back a bit. So the mistake was that it was too much in the front. I am not afraid to show you mistakes. Why? Because first of all, I'm not 100% a professional artist. I'm a graphic designer. Second of all, if you see how I correct mistakes, you will not be afraid yourself and will correct your mistakes straight on like I do. Let's see. Much better. But here, this is nice, nice, nice. Alright, again, this frame I didn't copy. This one is okay. And I just copied this frame. I didn't copy this one. Let's see again. Much better. And you see it has some weight. Tom, 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 tom. You can almost hear him walking, and that's what you want. If you made it so far, you managed to understand and build half of the walk cycle. The legs are done. In the next lesson, we will take it even further.